Hey guys, this is Russ Ward, and what I'm going to show you in this video is an easy way to basically become an AI bot selling agency, like literally without any training, without any experience. All you have to do is kind of follow what I'm going to show you here, and you will have access to unlimited clients who need exactly what you're selling. So to begin with, let's just say that you want to work with any kind of niche possible, right? So I have a couple of kinds of bots that I'm making. I make these bots here on this page called home service bots. And these are demos of all these different bots I've made. A cleaning company, solar, roofing, mortgage, realtor, handyman, tech support, PI attorney, even a prayer bot for a church, informational. I did this one on meditation. This one was on horse racing, and a hearing aid doctor, right? So these are all just demos that I've made. Either people have bought these bots and I've turned them into a demo, or people have asked me for a demo and didn't buy it, and I just left it up as a demo. And then I have another kind of a bot where it's much more complex. I use Chat GPT on the back end, but I use High Level, or my version of High Level Automations Plus, to build a very complex workflow that will actually uh, talk to the lead, try to set appointment, give them an estimate of savings, calculate whatever you need to calculate. And that's another offer that I do. So I have basically two kinds of bots: a very complex bot that is designed for um, incoming leads, and then it's going to follow up and try to set appointments and give them all the information they need. And then this kind over here is more of an informational kind of bot. So let's just say, for instance, we do the solar company one, right? So what I do is I make a demo website, and this is super easy to do. You just go into High Level, find a template for whatever your niche is, and then all you do is you drop the code for the widget down there, and then it pops up. So what I've been doing is I've been going out to websites of the top 10 whatever in any niche in every city, and then having a VA make a list of all the websites that do not have an AI bot on their site. And then if I need to, I make a very quick demo on a site like this, and then I can reach out to them and say, hey, you don't have an AI bot on your site, blah, 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 right? How I do that is with a software called Retune. So Retune, I don't know if it's still available, but they had a lifetime deal where you can make unlimited bots, right? And you can see this is all the back end. But what's really cool about Retune is that it allows you, like I said, to drop this code down here, and then a very professional looking widget pops up here. And so let's just go into the solar one, just because that's the one we're talking about, right? This is one I made for a guy named Brandon. So you put your prompt up here, and this prompt isn't very long. The goal of this prompt is to set an appointment or to give them a savings estimate on their bill, so they can find out how much they can save over the next 20 years, right? And then in terms of training, you can upload files, you can scrape a website, you can even upload a YouTube video, which is pretty cool. And then down here under settings, what you can do is you can give it a name, you can give it an avatar, you can tell it which version of Chat GPT to use. What I'm finding more and more is that it makes a lot more sense to use Chat GPT 4. And the reason is because it follows instructions a lot better. Sometimes if you ask the bot to, say, for instance, do a solar savings estimate over 20 years, it might just kick you out an answer you don't like want. And what I mean by that is what I've seen it do is I've seen it tell the person, hey, we have a calculation for you and we can email it to you. No, we want that to be delivered directly to them through the messenger bot, but it's not doing that sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and change this to Chat GPT 4. Click save on that. And then down here, what you can do is obviously turn off the Retune branding, but you can change the color of your theme. You can change your chat icon, and then you can do the whatever you want it to initially say, right? So that's the back end of how I make these. And literally I can whip these suckers out in 15, 20 minutes. The only thing that I really need to do with these is to just customize them for whatever the industry is. And it's really easy. It's like plug and play. So that's the tools I'm using to do this. And so like over here, right, I'm just going to say, what's your name? Let's ask my name. I'm going to say Russ Ward. It says your solar bot. You can ask me anything about solar. I can give you a savings estimate, right? So let's just go through it. And I'm going to say, I'll just say savings estimate. And then what you do is as you are reaching out to these companies, and I recommend cold calling, because cold calling just gets their attention. I've been doing cold emailing too, and it's working, but the response rates obviously are predictably kind of low in cold emailing. So cold calling straight up just talking to somebody is working really well. So it says, of course, I needed your address. So I'm going to give them one of my addresses that I used to live at. All right, 6404 Rubia Circle, Apollo Beach. And then it wants to know my utility bill. And when I lived there, it was like $350 a month. So now what it's going to do, and the reason why it's giving me such a detailed answer is because remember back over here, I changed it to ChatGPT 4. When I had it on 3, sometimes it would give me a good answer, sometimes it wouldn't. So it says, let's see here. So you could save $13.44 a year. Over 20 years, you'd save $26,880. Keep in mind these are estimates, and then feel free to ask me any questions or schedule an appointment here. So these Retune widget bots can't do conversational booking because they're not linked directly into High Level. At some point, they should be able to do that, but Retune is still kind of in the beginning phases. I really like them. I think they're going to be one of the standards in widget bots in the future. That's why I bought the lifetime deal. But for now, this is what it's designed to do, right? And like you could ask it anything. You could say, well, tell me the technology behind why solar works, right? Okay, so it didn't know that one. But if we wanted it to know the answer to that, what we could do is we could go to train, and then we could just give a website about how solar works. So we give a video about how solar works, and it could pull from that. So I don't have it in there. But you could say something like, why should I go solar? The other thing I do like about this is it is very quick to reply. Some of these other bots out there that are competitor bots, I'm not going to name them, but you see ads for them all the time. When you enter a reply, it takes a really long time for the bot to reply to you. It's not conversational like this. And I know this one can seem like it's a little fast, but people type fast, people communicate fast. And so it came back and told me all this stuff, right? Now, if I was going to enhance this bot a bit, I would tell it at the end of every single message you send, go ahead and send a link and invite them to schedule an appointment, because that makes more sense. So I'd probably update it to do that. So you can see this is how I do the widget bots. Super easy to make, and I sell them for a very inexpensive price, right? I sell them for $297 one time or $97 a month. The reason I do that is because this is like my entry level gateway. It's like my way to get them hooked on bots, right? So if I can drop one of these widget bots onto their website and they like it and they're actually using it, then they may come back and get one of my more advanced bots that's specifically designed to engage all of their leads. We can do database reactivations, and the bot can set appointments. We can engage their leads that come in. We can have it do all types of things that this one really isn't set up to do. So my goal is to get them in on this, have them pay me the $297, or if they want $97 a month, $297 makes more sense. And then once we're over there and they liking it, then I come back and say, hey, I'm going to get you a more complex high level bot. And then that's how it gets me into introducing high level to them. And we can turn their whole business over to high level. And it's just, a bunch of upsells, but this is my get in the door way of doing it. And it's very impressive, and it's very quick, and it's very inexpensive for me to do. Now, how do I find people? So what I do is I go to Google, and let's say, best solar companies in Tampa, because that's where I live. And then obviously we're going to get the Google responses down here, right? So that's a sponsored one, which is cool because we know they are investing in marketing. So I would definitely put them on. Obviously they don't have a lot of reviews, so that's why they're doing the marketing there. So I would go ahead and I would just click on their website. And as you can see, I think there was a little widget under there. There's not. So basically what they have is they have a lead magnet, and you can go in here and you can download their lead magnet, which is cool, but it's probably not going to do anything else. It might put you on their email list. It might send you a text message on the back end, but this is not an AI bot, and it's not going to start one. So they would go on the list of people who need an AI bot, right? And then I'd go back, and then I'd look at the top. I would look at the top 10, right? So here's another one that's sponsored. So if we go to their website, this one has no widget at all, right? They could have a widget right there if they need it. Let's go down here to Tampa Bay Solar. See what their website actually loads kind of slow. See what this little button does. Just takes you back to the top. So as you can see, many of these companies, right? We're just looking at a few. None of them have had an AI bot so far. Most of them haven't had any kind of a bot at all. This one has a little widget. Let's see what it's like. I'm just going to ask it if I can set an appointment. Nope. See, look at that. All it's doing is asking me for my name, email, and message. So none of these sites so far that we've taken a look at have had anything remotely close to what we're looking for here, right? Let's just look at one more. So again, nothing in there. So what I would do is I would make a little SOP, a little training video. It's what I've actually done, and show a VA. Okay, this is what I want you to do in every city, and then I'd give them a list of the top, I don't know, 50 or 100 cities. I want you to go through and see if they have a chatbot, that and what kind of a chatbot it is, and I want you to break it down by websites that have nothing, websites that have one, but it's not, very good in terms of trying to set an appointment, and then ones that actually have an AI bot. I wouldn't even have them do that one. I'd just have them have a list of sites without an AI bot, sites without any kind of a bot, and then sites with a kind of, I call it a dummy bot that just doesn't really do much. And then I would prioritize getting back to those people by the sites with no widget at all. They'd be the first ones, and then once we got through those, we'd call the people that had a widget but it kind of sucked. And then I would have the VA make a list of all these, maybe top 10, maybe top 20, really just depending on a variety of factors. And then I would have them go out and do this for every single city in the whole entire country, all the top cities for solar. And I would get really good at it. I'd come up with a script, and I have some really good scripts, by the way, too. If you guys need help with scripts, my scripts really, really work when we're doing cold calling. So I'd come up with a script, I'd enhance the script, and just kind of track the hell out of this stuff. And eventually what we'd do is we'd figure out the best way to get through, would figure out an opening line that would, pique some interest. And then what would probably do is either schedule a call with the person to, give them a little demo over a Zoom call. And I'm talking like really fast, like a 15-minute demo. So you can just pop it up, say, hey, Mr. Business owner, you pop up this same website, go ahead and play with it. Cool. Do you like it? It's only $297. We can install it today. Something like that. Right. So that's what I'd recommend. And then you just have your list, you have your script, and then you just start setting appointments. And you can either make the calls yourself if you're at a level where, you really don't have the resources to hire people, or you could hire some people to call. Or what you could do, let me show you something else too. So this is a resource that I have. And again, it's something that I bought through AppSumo as a lifetime deal. And it's kind of like Navigator on LinkedIn, only this will give you the personal and cell phone of the business owner. So let's go to Prospect Finder. And I'm going to go down here to company name. I'm just going to put solar in there. And then job title, why don't we just go with owner. I don't think it took, there we go. Let's put solar in there. This is just a very simple search. It can do much more powerful searches than this, right? So you can see that for just solar and owner, and we could do a whole bunch of other things, like we could put partner. We could put manager, something like that, right? So if you put manager in there, you have up to 20,000. But if you just have owner and partner, it's like in the realm of like 3,800 people, right? So what's cool about this is you could just download this whole list of 3,800 people, and you could make it so, well, let's see, we only want records that have a cell phone. Will that take that down to 1,400? And then out of that, we only want people that have a personal email. So all of these solar business owners in these records have a cell phone and they have a personal email, right? So what we could do is we could take these 1,237 results, download this to a CSV file, and then we could just start blasting them with any kind of marketing we want. We could turn this into a custom audience. We can run ads to these people. We could text them on their cell phone. And I know it's illegal right now. So that's a very gray area. So if you're going to do that, make sure you're careful. There's ways to be careful if you really want to do it. Or you can just straight up just cold call them. And what I found is when you're doing B2B, cold calling works really, really well if you have a great hook on the front end. And what I mean by that is, hey, I know you're busy, but this is what I do. And then you have your really fast pitch. I install custom AI bot chat widgets on your website that will set appointments for you while you're not working or while you're sleeping or whatever. And that was kind of a terrible opening line because I just haven't had time to think about it. But it would be something like that. Can I just have like 5 minutes of your time to show you this, right? And it works. So anyway, Nimbler is one way to do this. Now, Nimbler is kind of expensive. It's like $250 a month for 10,000 records. If they still have an AppSumo deal, I think I paid like $400 and I could get 10,000 records a month forever. But I found this data to be really good, especially with the cell phones. So anyway, guys, if you have any help, you need any help with that, I do have a bunch of Facebook groups. I have the local business incubator. I have my marketing group. I have the Lead Kings lead generation quarter. You can just send me a message and I'm happy to help you with any of this stuff. And I hope this was helpful.